Governor Macaluso, what do you think of House Bill 304, a bill to mandate 5% of income from short-term rental properties be used to fund low-income housing?
Yeah, that bill is one that I really do support. I've talked a lot with my GovCab about the different pros and cons, and I personally have seen the need in my own community. I come from a small town where the tourism industry brings in a lot of money, but during the off season, not the summer season, there's a severe lack of low-income housing within the village, and I think that this bill takes from a funding source that is very profitable within our community and gives it right back into the community in the form of low-income housing. And I'm really excited for it to pass through both the House and the Senate and get on my desk so I can sign it.
What do you think about House Bill 400, a bill to mandate all single-stalled bathrooms in Michigan be unisex?
So this bill is one that when we saw it, it was kind of no nonsense for us. It was pretty common sense. We see that the bill author clearly had a need, whether it's in their own community, their own personal experience, or just something that they've seen, where this became a priority for them. And them coming to youth in government, being able to use their voice and speak out for this, and is respectable, and it's a bill that doesn't really require a lot of funding, if any, at all. And I think moving designated bathrooms based on gender, specifically single-stalled ones, is something that doesn't really have any negative side effects and can only help support people in public spaces where they don't feel as welcome now.
So what do you think about House Bill 212, making voter ID required to vote?
So across the nation, we see a lot of different state legislatures proposing bills that would require voter IDs to vote, and this bill coming up in the Michigan legislature is not surprising because after the 2020 election, there were a lot of claims of voter fraud, and there were many investigations that found those to be mostly discarded, untrue, but there's still huge concern within a lot of communities about that problem. But I think voter ID laws, they disproportionately affect minority communities, and we've seen even with the 2022 midterms already starting in some southern states, minority communities have their access to the polls have lessened due to these laws that have been passed in those legislatures. And I think that the institution of democracy is something that must be preserved, especially in Michigan, so I cannot support this bill.